after picking the kids up, they're on their way to Lakeland when an argument ensues between the 13 and the 16-year-old. And the argument occurs because the 16-year-old thinks that the 13-year-old is talking about her, saying bad things about her in Spanish to another friend. So there's this argument. And all of a sudden, the school bus driver says, and I quote, "This is going to be handled today. They need to fight." So she drives this busload of students, of children, to her house on Enterprise Street in Lakeland. That's 23 miles from the high school where the pickup occurred. Upon arrival at the house, she offloads all of the students. We, at this point, I believe there were 34 students on board the bus. She asked the 13-year-old and the 16-year-old, "Would you like to have some Vaseline to put on your face, under your eyes, on your face, so that," and the reason for that is to protect them from being cut. She then goes inside the house, and she comes out a short time later, and she has no Vaseline, apparently can't find any Vaseline. Well, that's when one of the clips you see where the 16-year-old, who is in the all-white shirt, charges across the front yard of the residence and immediately ties up with and starts fighting with the 13-year-old. They fight until they reach a point of exhaustion. At one point in one of the clips, you can see the bus driver jumping up and down and cheering as the fight is occurring. You hear and see the students, which are about 32 students, jumping up and down and cheering, and also taking video clips with their iPhones. Ladies and gentlemen, when we first learned of this last night, we thought, you know, this is so bizarre. It's got to be true because people can't make it up. And Patrice Sanders is our poster child. And you know what I want to say to Patrice? Come on, girl. What are you thinking? How in the world could you allow and promote and encourage children to fight? And you're their bus driver, and you're responsible for them. Well, you might think that it's all over when she loads them on the bus so that she can take them to the bus stop. Well, even though the 16-year-old initiated the first fight, when they were on the bus, one was kind of at one end of the bus and the other child was at the other end of the bus. Now the 13-year-old charges the 16-year-old, and they tie up and fight again. What does the school bus driver do? Come on, girl, do you stop the fight? No, you pull the bus over on the side of the road and let them fight some more. Are you kidding me? So they fought until exhaustion or until they quit. They broke up. She pulled back on the road, and she started taking the children to their stops. Then she says, "Oh, by the way," announces to all the kids, "what happens on the bus stays on the bus."